Hi, my name's Mary, and I want to tell you why I support Immerse. First of all, we have really cool t-shirts. We're elephants. Um, that's not the reason, though. The reason is I've been personally impacted by Immerse in so many ways. It's hard for me to imagine my life before Immerse, which would have been about 3 years ago. I was dealing with pain and leftover trauma and not quite knowing how to forgive and how to sort through things and live my best, freest life, which I know a lot of us can relate to. And so I sought out prayer resolution, which is a big part of Immerse discipleship. And I worked really hard with Nate and Mel to kind of get all that gunk out of my heart. Obviously, it's an ongoing process, but thanks to that, and then being part of Immerse's weekly Wednesday night group for the last 2 years, I just feel so much more whole than I ever have. I feel like the identity work we've been doing in this group, especially over the summer, I have never felt more like myself than I do now. And my relationship with God has changed. I didn't really know how to have a personal relationship with Him. I didn't know I could talk to Him. I didn't know that He cares about me the way I know He does now. I didn't know that I could ask questions and not take for face value everything I've ever thought I have known about the church or about God or about just anything. There's been so much freedom in Immerse, and so my life has changed. I've seen so many other people's lives change. It's really encouraging to have a community that's so intimate, so vulnerable, and so accepting. Like, you don't have to show up with anything but yourself where you are. And I know to myself and to a lot of people in Immerse, having that second family to love you and encourage you, but also challenge you, and that's invaluable. Also, I support Immerse because Immerse is radically different than anything I've ever experienced. Not radical in like a creepy way or a spooky way, but they just do it like no one else does. I think part of that is being able to question what you believe so that you know at a heart level what you believe and why. And I think the vulnerability we practice and the safe space we create for people is really rare. And I think our prayers, what we ask of God, our hope in just the miraculous and in a better life for people is really unique and contagious. And thirdly, I really trust Immerse leadership. I know that's important for people when they're choosing where to put their hard-earned money. And for me, the leaders of Immerse, so Nate Banker, Mel Lundquist, and Christy Gudum, are not only my friends, but they're really trustworthy. And so I know that when I give $50 a month to Immerse, or I know that when I support one of them in their ministry, that I'm directly impacting people's lives. And there's really no better feeling than that. Immerse is such a part of my life now. It's exciting, it's growing, it's changing, it's healed a lot in my life, and it's affected my friendships, my romantic relationship, it's affected my family, which has been probably the coolest part. Some of my family members actually donate to Immerse now because they're even out of state, but they've seen the impact that this kind of love from God and from others, what it's done in my life and other people's lives, and I really have never seen anything like it. So that's why I support Immerse.